Hello sweet friends, and welcome to Carol's Craft Cottage. Today's video is a project share and tutorial using Scrapdiva designs. I will leave links to all the dies that I used in this project in the description box below. They are affiliate links and they really help my channel, and I'd like to thank you all for using them. I really appreciate it. You can also use Carol10 at checkout for 10% off your order. So let me go ahead and share with you the dies that I've used in this project. The main die that I am featuring today is this one here, and this is called the 3D chocolate gift box. And I will go over the pieces when we do the tutorial. The next one is my new favorite poinsettia die, and this is called the Poinsettia Flower Set. Next, I use these Christmas words. I love the font on these. This is called Christmas Cheer Word Set. Next, I use these leaves. This is called the Leaves Bundle. You get several different sizes, and you can cut all these out in one pass and have them ready and waiting for you when you put your little floral arrangements together on your projects. And last but not least, I'm showing this one because I did use the pine cone in this die set, which is the 3D gift purse. And I like all the little extras that you get with this. And this is a really cute pine cone die. So let me go ahead and share my projects with you. I know in my sneak peek, I had showed you this. So this is just showing you different ways that you can use your box, and it can be stuffed with candy. I know I got 4 Kit Kats in this box, and they are this size. Let me see if I have the bag here. All the way to the back. Nope. Yes. They are this size right here. This is the size Kit Kat. It'll fit 4 in there. I'm not sure what size these are, but anyway, this is how it comes. Pretty good size bag. So 4 of those will fit in here nicely, and it fills the whole box. Also, I did it this way, lengthwise, and I also did it this way where I did cut the window and then filled it with different candy, because the Kit Kats will not go in this way. They will only go in that way, lengthwise. So I have a different kind of candy bar that I wrapped some designer paper around. And then the tutorial that I'm going to have for you today features this project here, which is really super cute. I need to share with you how to put this together. This one is pretty long. I used a Little Debbie Christmas tree box, you know, the Christmas tree cakes. I used that box and cut it down, but I'm going to give you a little bit smaller version of this. And I have a little slot here that holds this together, which is a really cool feature. And then here are the candy gift boxes inside. And the reason why this one is longer, because I made the boxes like this without tucking this little flap into the box. And the box that I will be teaching you how to do will have this flap tucked inside, so it won't be so long. And this is just in a pocket, and it's a box filled with beads, of course, and it just slips in there. And then I have this box on this side filled with little letter beads to make bracelets with names on it, and that one, of course, just slides right down in here. You can put all kinds of embellishments in here. You could actually put little bows, you know, all lined up, or flowers, or anything like that that you like. And so let us go ahead and start the tutorial. I'm just going to lay this on the side here for reference. When you start your boxes, you're going to need to make 2. So you're going to need to cut 2 of these big pieces. And then on the second piece, you're going to need to use this middle piece right here to cut your window, which is what I did. So here I did assemble a box already, and this is what I told you we were going to do, the one with the flap that goes inside the box. And of course, once something is in here, that'll lie flat. It just wants to pop up for some reason. I'm not sure why, but once you put something in there, it's going to lie flat. So let's go ahead and put the box together. So I had started this tutorial and my phone went off, so I don't know what happened to it. But you're going to take your two pieces and you're going to glue it to the little flap. As you can see here, this little flap here, you're going to glue that to this piece. And then you're going to glue your acetate window down. And next we are going to do the flaps. And this is the bottom flap, and this is the top flap of your box. And you're going to want to fold on the score lines. So I want this going like this. So I'm going to glue it. I'm going to take the window part of, I'm going to turn this just a little bit down a little bit more so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to put the glue on this 1/4 inch flap, and I'm going to slip it under here and make it nice and even to the top of here. Press it down. And then this is for your bottom. So you're going to fold on the score lines. And we're going to do the same thing. And we're going to lie it right on top of there. Okay, now we are ready to glue this onto the top of here. So I'm going to use my bone folder to get a good fold on there. And I'm just going to fold this over. It should be nice and even. And then you can see your box is coming together. I have something on the inside flap here. There we go. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and fold this in, and I am gluing the bottom of mine. You don't have to glue it, but I am gluing mine shut. And then we're going to cover the box with the designer paper. Just need a little bit more glue there. So when you cut your designer pieces, you get these pieces in your paper with your die. So I cut one for the back. All right, and that was this die right here. And then you cut another one on designer paper, and then you use this to cut your window in it. So you could actually tape the two dies together, which is what I did, to cut this piece for my window. And I use score tape to tape my dies to the designer paper. And then run it through my die cutting machine. Okay, and your die set also comes with the little pieces to decorate. So let me pull them from my stash over here. Here's that one. And it looks like I'm missing a couple pieces, so I might have to die cut. Yes, they aren't here. So you're going to do oh, here's one of them. I need two. All right, you need to do two of these for the long end of your box. And then you need two of these, and you can see I still have my score tape on it, so I could cut it two at a time. I have one, I need an extra one, so give me just a minute while I cut this. All right, there's my second piece. And then you get the word sweet treats, which we are not using for this project. And you also get this piece right here, which I cut here for the flap. So we're going to put these on here. Okay, and now this one's going to go on the bottom. And then we'll put the pieces on the top here. And then this little piece goes right here. Now we're going to tuck this in. So I am going to take a 1-inch punch and I'm going to put it in the box, and I'm going to make a little punch just like this. So it does that. And then I can see this didn't stick down, so I need to put a little bit more glue on here. Here we go. Then I just tuck this in. Okay, and the last thing we're going to do is we're going to decorate the box with this piece that you get in the die set. it is right here. This is the decorative piece that wraps around your window. So this one I cut out on some white glitter cardstock that I get at Walmart. And I cut the box pieces out of Georgia Pacific 65-pound cardstock. I did not use 110-pound. That's too heavy. All right. And then I cut out these little bows that were in my digital set. So I am going to just decorate the top of my box with these little bows. All right, we're going to make the little folder now. We're going to put these aside and let them dry. And I didn't show you, but this is the greenery from the leaf bundle die. I had some white and I had some green. And these are the poinsettias that I created with the Scrapdiva poinsettia die. And then this is the pine cone from the gift purse die. Isn't that cute? I love that little pine cone. I just thought it looked really cute on there. All right, so we're going to go ahead with the folder portion of this tutorial. And this particular one, I used a Little Debbie's Christmas tree snack cake box. And it's pretty long. If you want to do your boxes that way, you can follow along with this tutorial and just do them that way. And you will need a box that is 9 3/8 inches long. And this is 8 3/8 inches wide. And also the Little Debbie box has a 1 and, let's see, looks like 1 3/8 inch spine. And then I just have this that tucks in. I just love that little feature on there. So for the one that has the tops tucked into the box, we are using, this is another box that I had in my stash. I keep some boxes to do these types of projects. This one is 9-inch wide by 7 5/8 inch long. And this one has a 2-inch spine. So basically you could use a smaller spine. You could use 1.5 inches. Just make sure that your flaps, when you cut your flaps, that they're 3.5 inches. Okay, so you'll have 3.5 inches for both sides with whatever spine you have, and then you're going to want it 7 5/8 inches long. So what we're going to do is we're going to cover this box first. So let me get my paper for that. And I'm just going to use a regular 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. It's going to be short, kind of, but I'm still going to do it that way. So what I'm going to do is just take and glue this to the sheet of paper. And you could use sticky tape to do this if you want to. I just do glue. All right, and I'm going to stick it in the middle. And I'm going to put you down a little bit more this way. Here we go. All right, and I have the crease right here. So I'm going to want to take my paper and kind of work it in. And I'm going to crease it. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Work it. Crease it. Okay, now I'm going to want to cut off like this on the ends. All right, I know this is going to be small, but that's okay because I'm going to have another piece of designer paper on the inside that will cover that. All right, and we're going to do the same on this side. And I like to snip these, not down to the very end, but just snip them a little bit. Because once you put the glue on there, it'll lie flatter. Okay, and this end. And then we will apply the glue. Okay, let's do the glue. I wonder if everybody is having cold weather. We're supposed to go down here in Georgia to 46 on, I think it's Thursday night. And when I was away last week, we had temperatures in the 90s in the Caribbean. So it's going to get cool here. So I'm applying glue to the flaps. All right. Okay, and you can use any color you want to cover your cardboard. Looking good. Now we want to cover the inside. And let me get my sheet for that. All right. Okay, I'm going to cut this on camera. So for my inside, I'm going to make sure it is 8 3/4 inches by 7. Looks like 7.5. I got to do this again. 8 3/4, right? Yes. 8 3/4. I could not print this paper to the very edge, so I have to cut the little whites off of it. All right, by 7 3/4. Okay, measure twice and cut once, right? 7 3/4. All right, let's see what this looks like. All right, just a smidge off the bottom. Here we go. So measure yours, just in case the paper that you put on is kind of thick. It made it bigger. Let me see. I think I've got to go 7.5 would be perfect. Oh, that goes on here. Let's do this again. 7.5. No, this way. Yes. I know that's right now. There we go. I like the way that looks. So this was 7.5 by, I did 8 7/8. I like to cut it a little bit bigger just in case I need it. I don't want to cut it too short. I rather cut off a little extra than cut it too short and waste the paper. There are several different ways you could do this, where you could cover the individual sides and then put something fancy down the middle, but this is how I did it for the first one, so this is how I'm showing you how to do it. Because this is not something that I think someone will keep for a long time. It will keep, but I mean, it's for a keepsake. If I was doing a journal or a mini album, I would do this differently. just because I would have a gusset in the middle too. All right, and you want to center that. And I need my phone folder. All right, now we're going to want to work those creases. So we're going to fold that over. Get that crease in there. Fold this one over. And fold this one over again. You don't want that to ripple, so you need to keep pressing it down. This wants to ripple on me right there. All right, we'll let that dry a little bit before we work on it some more. Here we go. All right, we're going to work on the pocket. Okay. So this is one of the pockets that I already put together that the box will slide into like this in your little folder. Okay. So you're going to take and cut a piece of paper 4 5/8 inches wide by 3 3/4 inches long. You are going to score it at 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 3 5/8, 4 1/8. And then what you're going to do is going to fold on the score lines. We're going to make the little pocket. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take these 2 squares off on this side, and we're going to take the 2 squares off of this side. So your paper looks like this. And next you're going to cut to the next score line, just snip it that far. And the same thing on this side, just snip it to that score line. And then snip this one to the score line. And you're going to take this little box off. Okay, so we're going to snip it to the score line. And we're going to take this box off. So now your little pocket looks like this. And you're going to fold these in. And this is going to fold. Let's see, I folded it like this. And the reason I folded it like this is when you're putting your box in, if this part right here is on the inside, your box is going to knock up against it. So if you put it like this, your box will slide right down without any problems. So we are going to glue this like this. So what I do is I put a little glue right here and a little glue right here. And we're going to fold this up, press down, and the same thing on this side. And then we're going to put a little bit of glue so that we can pull this up like this. I'm going to press it down, and we'll make sure our box has no problem going in there, and it does not. So we are going to glue one on this side, and I'm just going to put the box in it so that I make sure I have it. Yes. Leave about 1/4 of an inch on the bottom. So go ahead and apply glue on these pieces. And you'll want to center it and put it about 1/4 of an inch up. And when you're happy with the position, go ahead and use your bone folder to press it down. And then put your box in to make sure, there we go, everything is fitting properly. All right, now we're going to go to this side and do the same thing. And you're centering it and put it about 1/4 inch up. Use your bone folder to get those edges to stick, and then make sure there's no problems with sliding your box inside. And it looks like we are good to go on that. And I do have some designer paper that I already cut to decorate the little pocket. And these pieces were 2.5 by 2 3/8. Okay. So I had done these ahead of time to decorate my little boxes. So I'm going to go ahead and put these in. Isn't that cute? All right, let me go ahead and put some foam on the back of here. The paper kit that I am using is called Jingle Bells, and it's by Shabby Art Boutique, and that's where the images for this particular project come from, as well as the paper. And I just use some scalloped dies from my stash to cut the circles. Isn't that cute? Now let's see if we're going to work this up. Okay. All right, so we're going to now work on the front cover. And I already assembled my cover that's going to go on top of here. But first I have to cover the front, okay? And we're going to do this first. This will be 7.5. So let me go ahead and cut this. Okay. I'm going to take a little slight piece off the edge, just so I have a little bit more white showing. And we're going to apply this before I show you how to make the little latch. This paper is really pretty. All right, so now we got that covered. Now to make the little latch, that this is, I'm going to tell you how big this is. This is going to go in like this. Okay, it fit when I was off camera, right? Oh, still fits. Okay, goes in like that. So what you need to do is you need to cut a piece of paper 4.5 inches by 1 3/4 inches, and you're going to score it at 1 1/4 and 3 1/4. And you're going to fold it over on the score lines like that so that it makes this. You're going to glue it. Just like that. And then what you want to do is you're going to look at your, you probably want to put your top together like I did. So I have 3 layers. I have a green, a white, and a pink. Then I have my image. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to slip this so that it's under here. That way it's hidden. So go ahead. I'm going to glue it down on this side because this has foam that's going to go on top like that, which will be fine. So I'm going to glue the bottom on, and I'm going to position it so it is under the decorative portion of this. So I'm going to just lay this on top where I think I'm going to attach it. And then I'm going to slide this under. I know it's a little tricky, but you can just eyeball it first and then pull it forward. So that is where I would put that. And I am good right there. All right, so that's what you do with that. And then you're going to make your little latch, and this piece is 7 inches by 1 7/8 inches wide, and you're going to score at 3 1/8 and 5. I'm sorry, 3 1/4 and 5 1/4, and you're going to cover it on both sides. So then you're going to attach the longest part to the back of your booklet. And go ahead and slide it in the pocket in the top here. Mine's a little tight, but it'll get worked into. Okay. Maybe not. Maybe I better take a little bit off. So you know, if this happens to you, what you need to do. Just take a little bit off. There we go. Slide it there and let your score mark go right to the end of the book. And then fold this over and let the score mark go right to the end of the book. Line it up. And then fold this over, just like that. This is going to be covered with designer paper, so you're fine. Okay. And then you can put this right on the top like that. And you can see I already put my score tape on there. I'm going to lift it up so I can see it to center it and make sure it's covering that white piece of paper. All right. Just like that. Now I'm ready to put this piece on here. This piece is for my spine, and whatever your spine is, be sure to measure it. So this piece was 7 1/4 by 1 7/8, and now I'm going to go right to the back. And I'm going to measure this. This was 7 1/4, so I'm going to cut this at 7 1/4. So it's going to go right over the top of that. All right. And it looks a little too wide, so I'm going to cut it to 3 1/4. So 3 1/4 by 7 1/4. I thought I had put my pin up here, but let me get one. because the glue is clogging up. Of course, on the very end it would, right? Here we go. And center that. And there we have our cute little booklet. Let me go ahead and take it up so you can see it better. Oh, it's so cute. Look at that. And this just opens up like this. And there you have the little boxes inside that you can fill with candy, or if your soaps are thin enough, that could put in there, or little embellishments or whatever. Cute, right? Thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. If it's your first time or you're new here, my videos feature lots of paper crafting ideas and tutorials. If this is something you enjoy, won't you consider subscribing? I'd love to have you come back. And for all my returning friends, welcome back. You mean the world to me, and I appreciate your support and comments very much. So that is it for today's tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it and you found this helpful. Until next time, remember to sprinkle kindness like confetti wherever you go. And until the next video, happy crafting. Bye-bye.